number. Quota is now over 1 million. NC quota is 30, and CP quota, NIT 10,000, total 1.5. And of it, so far, it's still ongoing, as I've said, because some institutions are not. So far, so good. In 2024, we have admitted 844. And when you see unused quota so far, it's 722,000, as you can see. And you can see the unused quota 36%. In NC, 90% is yes to be used. And we keep on establishing colleges, federal colleges of education. I don't know for what. Where we get the candidates to fill them. So, reason why there are vacancies, wide gap, and yes, some candidates are yet to be admitted. Rigidity. Rigidity. Some people want to read MBBS, nursing, and law, even when they do not have mathematics, when they do not have the requirements, or when it's all less than 200. Mismatch of demand and supply, lack of interest. NCE, education and basic sciences, people don't want to go there. Prior candidates, there is a large number of students who score 300 and above, but they don't have no level. They are just there, they only applied. Then when you now admit them, they have no O level. They are still in SS2. Their parents are asking them to do their trials first.
Perception error. You can see number of candidates not admitted. We show you that. Other courses, underage candidates, no A level, wrong O level subject combination, low post-UTME, because some of them score 340, but when they go for post-UTME, they fail. There is nothing we can do about it. UTME combination deficiency, non-acceptance of offer. Some of them want to go abroad. They say, my father has the money. Mommy says, if I don't accept, my father will be forced to send me abroad. So that type of thing. Absent from post-UTME screening, mismatch of catchment institutions. The major causes, rigidity. We just want to give you an example of rigidity. This 997 the total number of candidates, 2,000 of them were not admitted. These 2,000 who are not admitted, 1,332 of them want to read medicine. This is breakdown of where they are and the others. You can see 30 in law, 231 in science. That account for the 9,000 not admitted. The same thing for 280 and above, 250 and above. Look at it. Of the 20,000, 11,000 of those that cannot be admitted want to read MBBS. So, sensitization of candidates. But you can also see, in the past, we used to have those who have not uploaded their O-level. I thank the vice chancellors, rectors, and provosts. We have 0 there this year. Quota and faculty. The honorable minister was talking about that. Look at law. Look at law. Look at it. 1,052, I don't know how to call that percentage, of the quota. This is 1,015.2% of the existing 10,000 quota want to read law. And we can admit 87% of the quota. Then you can see medicine, 506%. When you have a quota of 114, 577 want to read it. But the question the minister is asking, why 81% of them are admitted? Why not 100%? JAMB does not propose candidates. Candidates are proposed by the institutions. Even if we want to do it, our technology will not allow it. It must be proposed by the admission officer and sanctioned by the vice chancellor. And if they say they don't want enough, it's what they propose that we take. And no matter how the encouragement, but I think the expansion program that the current administration has, as you can see from the address of the Honorable Minister, through the third fund, I think most of these institutions have no excuse not to expand. Sciences, you can see. So look at the problem. Look at education. You can see the quota is 143, but those who apply, if you take all of them, they are just 73. So we have to manage to get more for them. You know, we admitted more than those who applied. They have to change from other places to that place. This is statistics. Look at NCE. Those who are applying for NCE, arts is longer than science, whereas it should be 60-40. Then even in the polytechnics, look at those who apply for technology related, they are just 37,000. Public administration and the rest, 126,000 in a polytechnic. Now the blind candidates, go on. We thank Professor Peter, distinguished Professor Peter Okebukola and his group. Can we make this the 6th NATAP award? That is, you know, we have 5 pillars for award. If the resolution is passed at the meeting when we start, we can add those who admit blind people as one of the conditions. But you can see, let's see the beginning. You can see, no beginning. Start back. Lagos State University of Lagos has the highest number of blind candidates, 40. VC, are you here? Where is VC, my sister? Oh, stand up for recognition now. Let's clap for you. You are welcome. Thank you. You can see Yusuf Matama Sule University, Kanu. Don't worry about your name, because that name is still concerned. That's the name you bear with us. You know what happened to that university? They used to bear Yusuf Matama Sule, and they changed to Northwest. But at the time they turned back, federal government had created Northwest. We don't even know what their name is now. Yusuf, Vice Chancellor, don't hide yourself. Clap for him. Bayero University, Kano, and like that. So yeah, go on. That's the go on. We conduct it through this, so between 25 and 50 minutes. Go on. We have all these groups. These are non-staff committees. Virtues of Ganda, Peace Monitor, they are women who are former vice chancellors, chief external examiner, vice chancellors, rectors, and provosts, technical advisors, and all these things. And some people say because we do not know how to type CBT, that's why we fail. It's not true. We have what we call, come back to it, what we call Nigerian, an affiliate of Adekunle Ajasi. What he did was, he took some candidates, about 30 of them, who never attended the school, and said, this is the score of my candidates, and upload the matriculation list. We will automate it in 3 minutes. It will tell us all the mago that is included. It takes less than 5 minutes to analyze your matriculation list because it has been automated. Yes. NAPTEP A level has ended. You remember the NAPTEP A level. Minister said it should stop at 2020, and it has stopped. The then minister, let's review CAPS again. I believe that everything in CAPS you know. I thank you for listening.
I'm pleased to welcome the chairman of this occasion, Honorable Minister of Education, Morofo Olatunji Lausa, and award. I also welcome my distinguished senators and my colleagues.
I'm a good page right.
Members of the Committee on Examination Bodies, members of
Wọ́n ti send ẹ̀ sí wọn, wọ́n ti correct.
concerned stakeholders,
Ẹnìkan move
men and
adoption.
Mean our move to matters arise of the
Minimal
minute.
go through that.
I let my go to matters.
That's
So,
right.
to our
Without go to policy meeting.
Ibon policy page.
our acknowledge your
Page.
effort and steering
Print the policy to bear.
of this sport afloat despite of the challenges.
So there's book.
We will recall
We must put our best foot forward. No stone must be left unturned in order to avoid errors on the past. As a human error. Available
expenses warranted by the conduct of mock-up examination across the country. Nothing must be left to chance. I believe that there were lessons learned from the last episode. I commend Professor Loede for being courageous.
Who is moving? Yes, please move there. And we publish, what we publish remains the rule. So those of you who are reviewing this year, when we also take the decision against 2026, please, if your Senate reviews, kindly let us know. End of 2024 admission, we cannot say so because we agree that the institution, because of what has happened, but that situation still continue. We apologize to polytechnics and colleges of education because we cannot stop the universities. They are still admitting. Even now as I speak, yesterday about 70 admissions were made across the universities, polytechnics and colleges of education, and we have no way of forcing them. So when we decide this year on when to close, I want to advise that it's nobody who is violating but all of us. Please, let's do it. Matriculation ceremony. Many institutions, unfortunately because I was rushing, I couldn't show the list of the institutions that had not matriculated for 3 years. Director of admission, how many are they? Will ensure total compliance. Sanctions shall be applied to all institutions that violate them. Cessation of illegal admission. We all agree that there will be no illegal admission, and condonment of undisclosed institution illegal admission. The window for the uploading and capturing of this 2017-2020 had ended, and we are calling on all of us that all the candidate names we have not disclosed by November 2024 can no longer be disclosed. Advertorials, we are also saying that no institution has the right to advertise any or exhibit or publish any admission that had not been previously published in by CAPS. Mode of 2025 admission. Exercise only through CAPS we will conduct it. No offer of admission should be communicated to any candidate through any other means except CAPS, unless the candidate has been initially approved by the admission on CAPS. It is a heinous practice for any institution to offer or purport to have offered admission to any candidate without having processed them on CAPS. The principal participant for admission this year will be as follows: the registrar of JAMB, director of admission, heads of tertiary institution, that's VC, provost and rector, admission officers of tertiary institution who are sitting in the upper floor, JAMB desk officer who approve on behalf of me, and the candidates. Policy guideline for 2025 admission should be as approved at this meeting. The prayers, 1 to note 1 to 5 above and approve 6. 6 is saying that all admission shall be through CAPS, and all those people mentioned are only ones that can process and approve. Can I have anybody who is supporting that motion? Yes. If you have reason to disagree with the minister, I disagree now. So you don't want to say, JAMB said it must be 16 years. This is our proposal. If you have reason to say no, you say it. Any candidate less than 16 will not, by 30, must have been declared by JAMB as exceptionally brilliant. And you know what that means? He must have scored 320. He must have scored 80% in your post-UTME, and he must have scored 80% in gifted children examination. For a candidate to be considered exceptional, he must have scored not less than 80% in each of UTME conducted by JAMB, post-UTME conducted by you, SSC conducted by NECO and WAEC, and in exceptional candidate examination that is conducted under the supervision of the Federal Ministry of Education. Upgrade to DE, there will be upgrade to DE for those who subsequently get the qualification. That is, those who wrote UTME but are waiting direct entry will be allowed at no cost to upgrade. Verification of direct entry qualification, we will continue to verify that. Pre-registration admission verification by JAMB, that will also be done. Post-admission verification by you, that you undertake to verify the whole level of your students, and you will not accept them unless you have verified them. Acceptable qualification, only those ones approved by MBT, NCCE will be approved. 9.4, where I am now, at the point of direct entry, candidate must fill in its registration and matriculation number, qualification, awarding institution, and the acceptable qualification for this are listed. First degree, university diploma, French language diploma as approved by national. Some of you ask me, where do I get this? National Council on Education that send their letter to me that we must. And once they have decided, there is nothing we can do, whether right or wrong, they have adopted it at the National Council on Education, and that's the highest body on that. If you don't want to, then you will write to say, my institution has decided not to take that French certificate. HND, NID, NCE, IJMB, JUPEP, AMBC, ANTC, NAPTEP, unbiased, and first degree. My prayer, honorable ministers, the following documents, the meeting is invited to note the items 7 to 9 as is applicable. Can I have the motion for noting all those ones that I have said? Who is 2025 DE results? 2025 admission quota as formally received from the regulatory bodies, NUC, MBT, NTC. 2025 DE brochure as published by IBAS. The guideline for admission to tertiary institution as agreed at this policy meeting, and the directive of the Honorable Minister of Education as contained in his address this morning. Recommendations and approval. Institutions are to recommend on caps and just, I don't want to, registration and documentation. You are to, for a candidate to be registered by any institution, he must have uploaded on caps, must have proposed and recommended by the institution and have been approved by JAMB. As he must have accepted through 55019. He must print both his JAMB slip and his admission letter, which must be given to you and must be in his file. Verification of admission status. You are to verify all the O levels. Why JAMB is helping you for A level? That does not stop you from even re-verifying the A level. But we are doing that for you just for frequent download. We want you to frequently download, because there are some candidates who are changing from one university or one polytechnic to you. And when you upload and you do not re-upload any admission you recommend after somebody has changed to you, and you have not asked us to close your portal, you can't reject it. You must download at the eve of admission, any admission you want to do, and all candidates. If you don't want more candidates, you tell JAMB, close my portal. Then nobody can go there. Prayer. The meeting is required to note and approve that the use of document listed in 10.0 and the procedure as fixed in level 11 to 14. Strict adherence to item 10 to 14 as stated. Who is moving? This we are the crux of the matter. And that's why vice chancellors, please raise your hand if you are vice chancellors. That is, we have vice chancellors. Sorry, you know, EE is 2 and it's acceptable. But somebody who has AAA has 16. So the minimum acceptable for direct entry is 2 points. In the same way, no institution can accept anybody to transfer to it if it does not meet that requirement. No institution will be allowed to admit any candidate whose total score is below the minimum admissible score proposed by the institution and approved by this policy meeting. Every institution should maintain its own approved minimum. That is, University of Ibadan will say, my minimum is 200. It cannot admit 199. Even if you agree that the minimum here is 140. Pan-African University says my minimum is 250 or 225. I will see it now. They cannot admit 224. You have your own policy. You cannot take below it. But nobody can take below the minimum that we decide here. No institution will be allowed to recommend or admit any candidate who is below the minimum admissible here. Ranking. We will rank all candidates with the following: UTME score, DE score, institution screening score. If you choose to, about 50% of you are still doing UTME. You are free to do so. Those who believe that the JAMB is 100, thank you for accepting, believing in us. Number 3, grading of senior certificates, like University of Lagos, Uni-Ilorin, you are allowed to add that. Interview and practical, like Nigerian Defense Academy, Police Wudil. The percentage, you cannot reduce JAMB UTME to less than 50. It can be 100, it can be 75, but not less than 50. Additional O levels are to be downloaded from us. The O level, instead of asking the candidates to, they have already uploaded, download it from us so that you can get it, and it is done for free. No candidate can be, if it does not meet the prescribed, institutions are to adhere strictly to their minimum. Note the individual institution submission is acceptable. UTME score, which ranges from so. That's where we want to see. Can we roll it now? Institution score. Can you roll it? Pan-Atlantic University is saying its minimum is 200. University of Ibadan, your state, is saying my own is 200. Unilag is saying 200. We're rolling it. Lagos State Science is saying 180. Ado-Ekiti, Afe Babalola is saying 180. Federal University of Petroleum is saying 170. University of Abuja 170. These are what you choose on your own. You cannot admit any candidate less than that. Go on. Wait. Federal University of Uturu, you are saying your own is 150. Crescent University 150. University of Usman Dan Fodio, you say your own is 140. Usman Dan Fodio 140. Borno State 140. Alkalan 140. Go on. These are 140. Wait. One group started 130. Clifford, Northeastern University, Gombe, Raihan University. You are saying you are proposing 120. In fact, Saadatu Rimi University of Education is proposing 100. American University of Yola is American University of Nigeria, Yola, is proposing 100. Honorable Minister, sir, The vice chancellors are requested to determine the minimum. Going by the performance this year, the position of JAMB is that we should move forward by 20. Last year it was 140, that it should be 160. But that is left to you to propose and to approve. Honorable Minister, sir, I call on anyone from the universities to propose the minimum score for post-use on hook. Because you won't come back and say it was JAMB. No, there will be one and they will vote. Yes, you are still not. I am the speaker or the Senate president. I'm going to.
40 is 35%, 160 is 40%. What is the pass mark in universities? What's the minimum? 40%. So it should be 160 then.
160.
Polytechnic. Yes, sir.
No. Improve the, as we strive to increase and improve on what we're doing in the educational sector. We had 140 last year. We should at least make some more progress. If we let's meet midway, I would like the voting to be conducted again from between 140, 150, 160. So let's register and do the voting again. Okay. With that, combine 150 and 160.
Okay, those who want 150 and 160, stand up, combine. 150 and 160. Thank you, 150. Now we are going to polytechnics. Oyo State College of Nursing, 200. What that means is that you can't admit 199. Lagos State College of Nursing, 200. These nursing people, you have come and you are doing a great thing by increasing the polytechnic something. But take note that those who are talking of 160, it means you are meeting somebody whose position in the class is 1,640,000 out of 1.9. It is, you must look at your best candidate will be coming from the right side of the candidates. So please think about it. Now, Polytechnic 200, 180, School of Nursing, Ekiti State College of 160, where go down, Federal Poly 150, Federal Poly Ijebu-Ode, Star Polytechnic 120, Delta 100, Federal Polytechnic Abia 100, Osogbo 100, Federal Polytechnic Umoru Yaradua, Polytechnic Ibadan 80. Adeyemi College of Technology 80. So I'm surprised that Ibadan can be recommending 80 out of 400. Out of 400, 80. I think that does not represent. Yeah. But that's their recommendations that we have just read. Now can we have proposal? Having taken 150 from universities and you want the same salary, your products, and you know there is comparative salary. So you can't today take the salary of a professor and don't want to take their cut of mark. So take that also into consideration. Yes, allow somebody, a lady, there is a lady in the middle. Yes. Polytechnic, I'm talking of Polytechnic.
I, Dr. Basilia Iwope.
Stick to 100.
MBT, where are you?
He just left.
MBT is here. He just left.
MBT.
He's here.
He left. He went.
No, he has
an appointment.
He has a representative.
He has a representative. 100.
Okay, 100. I'm not happy about it, but it's 100. College of Provost colleges of education, I think you are training teachers. We are start. Yes, the lady first. Adoption of 100.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, madam, please kindly propose it formally.
Hello, my name is Dr. Jumha Ali Azori.
And that's the cross. The media, please, when you are saying it, mention the name of those provosts and directors. Don't mention that because I believe it's low.
So let's summarize.
End of 2025. Yes, sir.
Summarize.
Yes, sir.
So from the minimum cut-off point will be 150.
Approved.
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 For colleges of nursing and colleges of agriculture, the minimum cut-off point will be 140.
They were. We move them to.
I'm accepting.
They are saying no.
No. Colleges of agriculture, what's your proposal? 100. Okay.
Only one.
Only 100. So let's start all over again. For university admission, the cut-off point will be 150.
Yes, approved.
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 Yeah. For colleges of nursing, the cut-off point will be 140.
Approved.
Approved. For polytechnics, the cut-off point will be 100. Approved. For colleges of agric, the cut-off point will be 100. And colleges of education, the cut-off point will be 100. Thank you.
Now, having UTME brochure, everybody who does not submit his brochure by 31st October 2025 cannot meet 2026 admission. That is, if you change your Senate or change any rule and you do not submit it to our IBAS, you know it's very easy to do. Just go on IBAS and you upload it and it will be there in the next second. So if you do not submit and we publish for 2026, we will go to court in favor of the students if you use any other rule other than what is in your paper. So if you want to change any rule, you have to do that before 31st October 2025. This meeting is therefore proposing that the brochure and online automated be done not later than 31st October. End of admission exercise. The admission exercise for this year should also end in October for universities and November and December for other institutions. I want this to be, I take it again, the end of admission exercise for 2025-2026 should be end of October for universities and for November and December for polytechnics and colleges of education.
Let them move it.
Who is moving
for
it?
University?
For university, okay, differently.
Yeah.
Who is moving that of universities? Please raise your hand. Closing time. Who is the man in red cap? Move to forfeiture of closed choice of candidate and admission timeline. Anybody who does not do his own admission at the closing date, we will evacuate the candidates from the institution to another institution as a rescue operation. So that is the first one. The prayer is that every institution should adhere, and a timeline of 4 weeks within which all admission must be accepted, rejected by candidates. Any candidate that you propose and does not accept after 4 weeks will forfeit the admission in order for you to meet that. Who is proposing that motion? Who is proposing? Yes? Including National Open University before they can be admitted. So that you don't say I'm an open university like Abiba or something like that, Muhiba
Or Aiba.
Or Aiba. All those, you must key into it. That's what we are deciding. If you know you don't want to key into it, the time to talk is now. So who is moving it? That all now open universities caps or who will be disqualified from participation in NATAP That is, you will not come to it if your admission is not done through CAPS. Any institution that has not submitted 2024 list of matriculated candidates will not be allowed to commence 2025, and all available records on matriculation will be forwarded to the Federal Ministry of Education as directed by the minister. So you can't say it is JAMB that reported you. We are deciding that violators should be forwarded to the Ministry of Education. Who is proposing it?
Please, the people that have the microphone, stay on each aisle. Are there any AOBs that you would like us to consider at this policy meeting? I see, please.
Several years ago, we have to now hold ourselves to much higher standard. We have a population of 220 million. The 70% of our population, they're below the ages of 30 years old. So the students are there. We should just ensure that we provide better quality, better facility for our schools. You heard me talk directly to our legislature today. We're turning primary schools into colleges, into universities. That's why the students are not going there. We had last year, 2-3 years ago, University of Ilorin, I'm going to correct myself, was number one of the number of the university being sought after in the country. Other universities have taken over now. We have to push ourselves. The only way to get better is to push yourself. So if we go back to what we did many years ago of just opening it up, we will lose standard. You won't be able to maintain standard. And we want, and more so importantly, in our education system now, we want higher quality teachers. If we are not training the teachers well, then what do we expect? We expect poor, the students, the output will be poor. So I'm sorry, Provost, we won't do that. We won't go back to the old age. Let's encourage those students at those rural areas, help them to get better prepared to do JAMB. If you want to do your advocacy, help them at the secondary school. Help them more remedial courses and let them get better prepared to do JAMB and they can pass JAMB. The same thing about my observation on the monotechnics, that your candidates counting. I think what's happened is that we've all opened schools just because we wanted to open them. And we're doing courses that are not applicable. Today, if your school, and I disagree with the lady of the private nursing college of nursing, we have a lot of students wanting to read nursing. So open your monotechnic, you can convert them to courses that are highly sought after. We want to improve, we want more people to go into digital technology. The Vice President was just saying that yesterday. Things like AI, machine learning, software methodology, natural language processing, IT automation, proactive security. Those are things we need to focus on, the job of the future. I don't want to, because the JAMB has warned me before this meeting that I shouldn't pull up some of the courses that are being taught in a tertiary institution, and I'll listen to his warning. But you know, there are courses that are highly sought after. We have a vibrant youthful population. They want to learn. So you won't have to candidate scout if you're offering courses that the people need. In fact, you'll be oversubscribed. So that's the answer to that. And I'll give the microphone back to the registrar to answer.
I want to divorce them now. Number 2 is that regularization. I think the Honorable Minister has said about it. Nothing that call regularization but fraud. The fraudulent activity. You can see the one the minister approved between 2017 and 2020. It's now what Mofulani and others are exploiting. And I've been told, my director just sent to me, that it's not just Mofulani. Those that we have caught now, about 17 institutions who are backdating, and people did not go to the place at all. They are giving them NC and backdating the NC so that they can be qualified for direct entry. and many of them are being handed over to the police. We don't want to make you susceptible to arrest. Number 3, I agree with you. I believe the money we are returning the money because there is nothing we can do about it but returning. That's what the law says. But if I have my way, I will want to return it to the universities. And that's why we have found a way of creating NATAP award. NATAP award returns 750 million to you every year. This afternoon we are going to announce those who are going to take 750 million. So you are not taking that deal. So that every year, say this year we made 4 billion, return it to one university. Next year, return in rotation. We will be spent, yes. It doesn't matter. To me, it doesn't matter. But if you start distributing it 100 million, 200, it will not make the required impact. So if it's come to your turn, thank God. If it doesn't come, but the money will, anyway, that's my own view. I don't have my way. Nel Fund. If you look at your program, you know Nel Fund MD was to speak before, but he wasn't around at that time. And we have slated him for 12:30, which is not possible again. We are having anything related to Nel Fund. MD and Nel Fund, can you stand for recognition? That's MD Nel Fund. And you can see, why am I mentioning him? We are not giving him the 30 minutes free. You know, for this place, you pay about 70 million. And they are going to pay part of it. So that's why we are giving them 30 minutes. So